Hey there, and welcome back to the video series. So we built the create product route in the previous video, and it's time to almost test the route. But before we do this, we need to add one thing to our server.js, and that is because we expect to get this data in JSON format. So the body here will be encoded in JSON, but we have not enabled our app to actually parse this JSON. So we will go into server.js, and we need to go, let's just do it right here. And then we will parse request of content type JSON. Just one line of code, so app use, and then body parser .json. So now we enabled our app to actually be able to parse the JSON that we will input from Postman. And maybe another thing also optimization wise could be that we should probably take the welcome route that we did earlier and just put it down to the other routes we get just here. So we have our welcome route, and we got the CRUD routes that we have in our product.js file. Okay, so NodeMon is happy right now, and let's go to launch Postman that we can use to test our API. And also recall that we don't have any data into MongoDB Atlas. So when we create the new product, it should create the database and also the collection with products. So this is Postman, one of the programs you could use to test an API. You can also use Insomnia and basically do the same thing here. So first we can see we can make requests and we can make collections. And I'm just going to click New up here and then select Collection, because we are going to have more than one request. So let's just bundle them up into a collection here. So let's say man RESTful API, and we're running localhost. All right. So now we have a new collection. Let's just get rid of that one there. So right click on the collection, see add requests. And what should it be called? Let's just call create new product. Right. So now we made our first requests. Okay, and if we click on this, we can see it says get and then the name of the request. And we know that when we typed in the route, it was not a get request, it was a post request. So that is the default setting from Postman. So we can change this over here by clicking the drop down. We can see there's a lot of different HTTP methods listed here. We have the get and post and put and delete here. So we will be using the post in this this route here, and then we need to type in the let's just see here, let's just see localhost.4000 and API products. All right, so now we have the API route here, we have products and we have post. So now we need to provide the body, because if we just hit send right now, you can see we get we actually get a 200, but we didn't actually pass along anything. So we have not passed along anything in the body, but we can actually see if we go to the database. I think it might have saved something already, maybe. Yeah, we can see here it has saved something, but we don't have all the properties for our product. So I'm just going to remove this one here, because we don't really need to have. I'm just going to remove the database here. Right. So now we don't have a database, and we can see that we need to actually pass along some data to our requests. And we can see that we get a bunch of new options in here. We should choose raw from the different options here, and then it will default us to text over here. And if we click the arrow, we can select JSON, but there is a lot of different formats that we can use to actually embed this data into. So let's take JSON, and now we need to type in this JSON data, and we can go with, we had name first. We also had description. Then we got the price. Whoa. Something there, and in stock. True. So the first product, what should that be called here? Product 1. Description of product 1. Could be anything. So now we are telling the API what data we want it to save in the database, and that should be matched with our definition in the Mongoose schema definition here. So name, description, price, and in stock should match the data we pass along to the API. So if we hit send now, let's see what happens. We get status 200, that means it went okay. We can see we get the response back that it has created the object. We get additional data because we get an ID number that we can refer to later on if we need to update or delete this product. And we also get a version counter from MongoDB. Cool, so now we have inserted data into the database using the API. And everything was going through the post method here. That was taking the body, passed it as JSON, passed it along to the insert many function of Mongoose, and then inserted into the database. And then we can see we get a response. Whoop! It responded with the data. That is what happens here. We get a response back because we have inserted the data. If we head over to MongoDB, we can see that it should have created the database in the. It should have created the data into the database. And we got the name, description, price, and we got in stock. Okay, so that was the first route of CRUD. In the next video, we will do a couple of more routes to get further on into this API. So stay tuned, and I hope you make this work. Bye-bye.